We are here for this industry, and this industry must be saved no matter what. So, but appears, you can imagine people in the Rift Valley, Lodwar, that place. You can imagine those people in Equare. Some have never gone to a class, but they are capable of giving skills and they can do better. So, but appears, when I commend the NITA, who encouraged us as trainers, we are 6 of us, and today we are hundreds, and we are producing only 3,000. We were 6 producing 10,000. So what went wrong? What went wrong? We are very good during that time, until things change. One appears. These skills were supposed to be 90% practicals. One appears, you don't need the education to clean this carpet. You don't need education to make a coffee. Do you need it? So what appears, this became like local science. And what appears, a few points. Why this problem is because of lack of collaborations. True or false? They are supposed to collaborate and communicate to each other. It has been not so, but appears. Let us be frank. Sometimes in NITA think we are part and parcel of them. We are business people. You cannot wake up at 8 o'clock in the night and send a message to us to implement something tomorrow. This is not possible. Is it possible? But appears we have some emails that are written at the midnight, instructing us to implement something for 2 days. It is not possible. But appears we are business people, and we must be regarded as business people, bringing this income to the nation.
We are not getting along. It is the reality. Consultation. We find that many times NITA does not consult us. Although we have been an association for the last 4 years, and we have come of age, we feel that NITA should consult us. A good situation is when the court case that is there against NITA and NITA, when it came up, immediately NITA closed schools. And we had students, some schools were full. Surely they could have consulted us, we would have advised from our side. We felt we could have taught those students, they would have sat exam, because the courts did not stop NITA from training, they did not stop them from examining, they were only stopped from issuing certificates. And it didn't make sense to us.
Drafted bill, which is in cabinet level, that bill, the drafted bill which will be guiding now us, the agencies and all stakeholders, we feel it has left a lot of gaps. And our main product, which are the migrant workers, they have not been addressed in the same bill. As we have a lot of enforcements as agencies in that bill. And we thank you for that bill. But we need representations for our migrant workers. Drafted bill, we would request our peers today, kindly recall it back and let us have a public participation.
I think I have heard very clearly that you want the policy and the bill to be brought back to you for your input and the participation. And that is going to be done. You know what many of you don't know is that I have served as a speaker of an assembly before. And so public participation is a cornerstone of our constitution. Anybody who says, who complains in this country about them not being involved, they have the right and they're entitled to give their views. We may not entirely agree with the views you give, but you have to get the opportunity. So hiyo bill itarudi. Najua ilikuwa advance Winnie, muta involve hawa tena. Ndio tusikutane tena pale kotini. Wacha tumalizane hapa ndio bili kisonga songa. At least we'll have satisfied the requirement of public participation.
So we have Musaned approvals. I don't want to go to so many points because we have a lot of issues, Waziri. We have a lot of issues in our industry, but at least the main one which can clean up the industry. We have Musaned approvals. Musaned approvals, and I would like to first, I don't know, to ask myself a questions or the crowd or our regulators, because our Musaned approvals, we only have 2 passwords and we know that. Why would the whole nation have 2 passwords? Whereas we know Musaned gave a lot of passwords which expired. And also another thing, do our foreign affairs have access to the same? Because they are the ones receiving now and then the distress, the in-waiting BLAs. Sometimes we see things only in social media, gazetted. We don't even know what is happening. We don't know the kind of the BLAs which has been signed by the government to government. These BLAs, the people to actualize the BLAs, it's these people. But we don't even know what is in those BLAs. Like one which was for Saudi. They negotiated $850 for us, the salaries. And it was never shared to these people to even have, you know, like what we are having today, the consultative meeting. We need our representation in every government committee. Whenever there's such which is supposed to be discussed, we need representations there.
Through unlicensed recruitment agencies, recruitment through foreigners owned agencies, recruitment through foreign employees who are not licensed, who conduct the recruitment online. Current vetting system is quite through, but there are still loopholes allowing foreigners operate recruitment agencies in Kenya through proxies controlling supply and demand, which puts the migrant at risk. We have recommendation, have migrant workers departure desk at all points of exit.
Kila jambo litafuatiliwa sheria vile iliyowekwa, kuhakikisha kwamba usalama upo. Wale ambao mko nao, umesikia, you have heard mambo ya proxies, wengine tumepata, wengine hata watoto wetu wadogo, hasa wasichana wetu na vijana wadogo, wanadanganywa na watu wengine, wanaambiwa wewe register hii, wanakuwa nyuma yao. Sasa zingine tunaangalia, unashindwa mtu, kijana yangu anaanza biashara, unakuta billions of shillings, then you start wondering, unaweka ma question mark. Hii mabilioni, kama Madam Waikenda mwenyewe amefanya kazi miaka hizi zote, hii mabilioni zimetoka wapi? Mzee Michuki amefanya kazi miaka hizo zote, si lazima ujiulize hii meza imetoka wapi ama namna gani? It is your responsibility. So what are we saying? As the vetting committee, tunataka mtusaidie, tuwasaidie kufanya kazi pamoja. Hiyo ndio tunaomba na ni ombi letu.
The government of Kenya recognizes the important role played by private employment agencies. You're actually an important cog in all this that we're talking about, in this business of exporting labor, especially in linking job seekers with employment opportunities both locally and abroad. This recognition has seen the number of employment agencies in Kenya increase from just 1 in the early 1990s to about 655. We've been told there are 900. It is estimated that up close to 4 million migrant workers are mainly in North America, Europe, the Middle East, and the Gulf region, Australia, and other countries of Africa. The significant role played by these workers is best exemplified by the fact that remittances from Kenyans in the diaspora, who mainly comprise migrant workers, are the highest foreign exchange earner for the country, ahead of traditional earners such as tea and tourism. That is, remittances have overtaken tea, tourism, and that is in fact what you emphasized this morning. Kenyans in the diaspora sent home approximately $4 billion, which is 484 billion Kenya shillings, in the 12-month period leading up to September 2022, compared to 3.53 billion US dollars, which translates to Kenya shillings 430 billion in the previous one-year period. Part of our mandate is to seek new labor markets. You have proposed that we engage with other countries so that we have opportunities explored in those countries like Canada, Germany, Poland. The president was in South Korea, and he requested the South Korean authorities to allow Kenyans 10,000 a year. This is a joint venture, but remember, the bilateral labor agreement was signed by former Cabinet Secretary Chelugui for labor with his UK counterpart. But our implementing ministry is Ministry of Health, because this is a specialized skill. And so we work closely with them, and we are currently in the process of ensuring that the other nurses, as soon as we get job orders from the UK, the nurses who have been prepared will now be able to go and take up their employment. We are now in constant communication with our Saudi counterparts, the Deputy Minister there, the Minister of Labor, and ourselves. Maybe what I need to bring to the attention of Kenyans is that you are going to see this death reducing, because we have a proactive labor attaché, so that when we get a distressed case, working with the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Diaspora Services, we will be able to evacuate and help the person who is distressed.